Welcome back. Well, the India Energy Week is underway in Bengaluru. Our colleague Manisha Gupta is there getting us all the action. And this time there's a fair amount of green talk at this mega event. Manisha, tell us what's the latest.
Yes, guys, I'm at the India Energy Week in Bengaluru, and what a congregation of people around here. You have all the Indian ministers, the relevant ones, and of course companies, corporates and international delegates and investment conversations going around about here. There is conversation about on what has happened in the budget, where the thrust has been on green growth here. The new policies, regulations and the kind of government schemes that India has put out is something that most international delegates seem to be talking about. Also, this is coming on a background where you have seen the crude oil prices decline quite sharply from a high of almost $88 a barrel for the Brent prices. We're just about holding $80 right now. So that has been an $8 of a decline in last couple of weeks. So last week was nearly 7% of a cut coming in for the crude oil prices. Not just that, the natural gas prices are now trading at a 2-year lows. We've seen nearly 21% of decline in the previous week for this one. And with that, natural gas is now down by 37% in this week. Not just that, when you look at the overall energy as a complex, we've seen the gasoline prices decline by 6% in the previous week. The coal prices have come off from its highs, and we are trading at around 5 weeks lows on through that one as well. Coal has declined by nearly 20% in the previous week and down by 38% now for 2023. So while the markets are talking about solar, hydrogen, EVs, renewables, and the kind of investment that India can perhaps attract in all of this, this is under what the India Energy Week perhaps will put out on. And I will, of course, from here keep reporting on the latest developments, news and views.
Okay, thank you very much for that. In fact, let's listen in to Fateh Birol of International Energy Agencies, one of the leading voices in the energy space on global demand and the outlook for oil markets.
India is a major, single most important driver of energy demand growth. In 2016, I remember very well, I had another meeting with Prime Minister Modi. At that time, I told him, it was 7 years ago, 6.5, I told him that I told Prime Minister, that India will move to the center stage of global energy affairs. And today, India is at the center of global energy affairs in terms of being a major driver of global energy demand, as you mentioned, but at the same time bringing renewable energy, bringing efficiency, new ideas, and being an important leader in the global south.
Dr. Birol, would you say that we are anywhere close to peaking crude oil demand globally?
I think we are not yet there, but at the same time we are not far from that. Because when we look at a few indicators, for example, cars, which are a major driver of oil demand growth, there is a big trend around the world to move in the direction of electric cars. In the year 2019, almost yesterday, only 3% of all the cars sold in the world were electric cars. And last year, it was close to 15%, growing very strongly. And this is not mainly driven by the climate change reasons. It is an industrial policy in many countries. Just before coming here, I had a meeting with the top 20 car manufacturers of the world, the CEOs. And out of 20, 18 of them told me that they put the electric cars as the #1 priority in their manufacturing strategy. So this may mean that we may well see soon a peak of crude oil demand.
With the way the markets are working, and we are looking at perhaps tighter situations, especially in the second half of this year, with most banks and brokerages now saying that $100 could be coming back. How do you look at the directional move that the crude is looking at in sense of demand, supply and price?
I think the demand is already strong as we speak now. It's about 1.9 million barrels per day, about 2 million barrels per day we expect for this year. And half of it, of the global oil demand growth, will come from China. And China is the biggest uncertainty. If the Chinese economy rebounds stronger than we expect, then this could push the demand higher up. And in the absence of the producing countries putting more oil in the markets, this can bring the international oil prices a bit higher than today, which in my view would be risky for the rather fragile situation of the global economy. So from that point of view, we have to watch the markets, and if the Chinese demand is stronger than we expect as a result of strong opening up of the economy, and then there will be some job to do from the producing countries' point of view.
All right, that is the word coming in from Fatih Birol on the energy markets.